Hey everyone, Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler, with another What Sold on eBay video for you today. We got a special show today. This is our monthly show we do every month, which we go over the top 10 things we sold in the American Cancer Society eBay page. And if you're interested in checking out that shop, the link is below. 100% of the proceeds goes to cancer research and all kinds of amazing projects and things like that. So definitely go down there and check that out. If you're new to the channel, definitely go down there, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications, click the like button during this program, and also leave a comment if you don't mind. And so basically, if you're new to the channel, what we're going to do is we're going to go over the top 10 things of high value that we sold. So these are the highest valued things that we sold on eBay in the month of October. And that is incorrect. It is actually the month of August. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself there. The combined for all these 10 items was $2,807. And so we're going to actually do something a little bit special today. Normally we actually do like the top 1 to 10, and we're actually going to do it backwards. So we're going to go to the 10 to 1. So you're going to have to stick around all the way to the end of this show to see exactly what the highest priced item we sold for in the month of August. So I know I'm a little bit behind on that, so let's get right into the items that we sold. Number 10, we have this Tiffany & Company perfume mini dab. These things are 0.25 ounces. Yes, that is a fourth of an ounce. These things are really small. We talked about this before. There was a lady who did swag bags for the Academy Awards in I want to say maybe like 10 years ago. And she had a bunch of this old stock of different things, and she donated a couple huge boxes full of stuff, and one of these items was in there. There was actually a lot of these. As a matter of fact, we're sold out of these. This was the very last lot. We probably had like 50 of these, and they easily sold. The highest price we got for these per bottle was like $90 when we first started selling these. So we wrapped up the lot that we had of the last 9, and these sold for a total of $202.58 for 9 of these. And this was part of the bulk Arama lot. Basically, it was an event that the Reseller Resource Facebook group, and I think I have a link to that below, we did the first of its kind, where people just lotted up different things and offered them to the Facebook group. So this is a great deal, and one of the members there purchased this, so thank you very much. And I saw yesterday when I was looking just randomly through stuff, I found that they were selling these, and it looks like they did sell a couple of them already, so that's pretty cool. So that was number 10 for $202.58. Number 9, we have these open ceremony. This is part of the bulk Arama lot. We actually sold a lot of those lots on that actual thing, so that was really cool. This happens to be a lot of 10 pairs of designer sneakers from Opening Ceremony. For those that don't know, Opening Ceremony is kind of like a hip designer slash kind of, like a fashionista brand. Like, I never heard of this brand till they donated like literally, not pallets, because everything was pretty much boxed up and the clothing were all on racks. So maybe like 4 racks of clothing and like 150 pairs of shoes or something like that. But anyways, Opening Ceremony, if you do come across it, that's what that is. And this was a great lot, of course, Valka Mania. And so someone got a really good deal on these. Some of these shoes go for over $100 a pair. So 10 pairs at, I think a total was $204.98 was the total on this. I think I actually took a best offer on this one too. So this was actually a great deal, and we shipped 10 different pairs of Opening Ceremony shoes. It was a random job, and they were very happy to get this. And as a matter of fact, I think the same person that bought the perfume bought this too. One lady actually spent a pretty good amount of money on our stuff during that event, and she was looking to expand the different things she was going to resell, so she got a great deal on this for sure. Number 8, we got this Jostein's 10 karat gold Bishop Kenrick ring. This is a high school ring. I do think this was a high school ring. And just look out for Jostein's brand. I don't know if they actually took a photo of the mark. Yeah, this was a Pleasanton sale, so this is a huge shout out to Pleasanton over there. They actually been posting a lot of stuff, so this is a great sale. Whenever I get the rings, I use my jeweler's loop to get a photo of like the actual hallmarks and things that are inside there. But this is a great sale. This sold for a total of $207.49. Keep a lookout for these high school rings. I've seen a few of these this year. We've sold a couple of them this year over $100. Some of them can go for more, especially if they're like a 14 karat or 18 karat gold. Traditionally, you're going to find 10 karat gold in these high school rings. And there's a lot of actually gold-filled ones too, so just be careful when you list these that they're gold-filled. And it's hard to kind of say how you know how that is without actually knowing. Usually if you see green, that green stuff usually growing usually means that the metal's not pure. Also, gold-filled will actually say 10 kgf for 10K gold-filled. Some companies are nice enough to put there's another marking that gold filled is too, and I can't think of it off the top of my head, but just be careful. Do the rub test if you have an acid test. Every reseller should actually have an acid test in their kit. I think they're like $20, and you basically rub the metal on a stone, put a little drop of like 10 karat solution, or I usually do 14K, because if you can actually work your way down, because most things are either 14 or below. It's rare to find rings that are 18 or 24 karat, though they're out there. Traditionally, rings are 14K, and even on the lower end, they're 10K, so usually it goes backwards like that. But anyways, this high school ring, like I said, sold for $207.49, and that was number 8. Number 7 is this Cusciatini leather road tracksuit. This is a racing suit. This sold for a total of $228. That's with shipping. And this was a suit that was actually pretty beat up as far... Well, I mean, it wasn't super beat up, but it looked like someone seen a little bit of pavement on the suit. And it was a smaller suit for almost like a smaller person or a teenager or a small kid. And this sold for a total of $228. So keep an eye out for these track suits, these racing suits. I've never heard of Cusciatini brand, so this was like a new learning experience for me. This was a listing by Paula in Stockton, so huge shout out to Paula for listing this suit and getting a sale. Like I said, this sold for $228. Number 6, I think, yeah. Number 6 is this diamond emerald pendant. This is a 14K yellow gold necklace, 1 karat emerald. This is a beautiful piece. As we can see here, I did actually do the jeweler's loop with this. As you can see here, everyone should have a jeweler's loop in their kit also, and so you can use your iPhone with a jeweler's loop and take amazing photos. Or Don the auction professor would always say you can always invest in a micro or a macro lens, if you have like a traditional DSLR and that kind of stuff. But I like to use my iPhone with a jeweler's loop. It's so easy to do, and the photos actually come out decent. As you can see here, this is what it looks like. And I also do my photos of jewelry with a scale. This is just one of those things that I do. People want to see this kind of stuff, especially if you're dealing with the higher end jewelry. Though this isn't super high end. We had this listed for $600, and we did take a best offer, and this sold for $229.49. This actually came with a COA from a jeweler, which was nice too, so they had documentation on the authenticity and clarity of these stones. So this was actually a pretty good sale. Number 5 comes to us from a Waterford crystal. This is a huge vase. This is a 14-inch tall vase, which is actually pretty substantial for its size. Usually vases are usually under 10 inches. or under 12 inches, I should say. When you start to get past the 12 inches, they're pretty heavy because most of these crystals are made with lead. A lot of people don't know that. When you see something that says lead weighted, and that's why high quality crystal is very heavy. It's one of the ways you can tell if something's very high end when it comes to glassware, is if it's heavy. Now, I'm not exactly sure the chemical process where the lead's introduced into the glass, but that's what gives it its weight. And so, like I said, this is a huge vase, a 14-inch vase. We try to get $699 for this, and it also did have some scratches on the base, as we can see here. And you can see how I did a photo of the... We'll run through the photos real quick, as you can see here. It's hard to photograph crystal. I would highly suggest getting like a black tarp or something like that when you're shooting crystal. It just looks a lot better than white on white, as we can see here. And there's our shop if you care to join us and check it out if you're in the Los Angeles area. Anyways, this almost had an 8.5 inch diameter face, as we can see here. This was very interesting to ship, by the way. I should have actually made a video on how I shipped this. It would have been interesting. Anyways, we did take a best offer for this for $248.96. Like I said, we tried to get $700 for this. There wasn't too many price points to actually go back and forth in, and some comps that I can actually do a history report on stuff like this that has sold in the past. Also, Waterford, this actually happened to have a label on the bottom, which I didn't take a photo of it. Most Waterford is not going to be etched, or usually if they're brand new, they'll have a little tiny sticker on them sometimes. And so Waterford has these very kind of unique cuts. It's really actually hard to describe, but I can usually tell a Waterford... things are moving in the attic. I can usually tell a Waterford cut by just the way the glass is cut. So this is one of those things that you need to know. But this is a great sale, great piece. As like I said, it had some scratches on the base, on the underneath side, so it really didn't take the aspect away from the whole thing. I think these things retailed for like $1,200 or something ridiculous. So definitely, someone actually got a really good deal on this. And like I said, we had this listed for a while and no biters, and then we had I had a couple of best offers that just didn't seem right to me. And those that have been in the business for a long time understand what I'm talking about when you see a seller with like low feedback and just weird vibes. And usually I'll reject those offers, even sometimes if they're really good, just if I get a bad vibe about a potential buyer. And so, like I said before, this Waterford sold for $248.96. Number 4 is this solid sterling silver pitcher jug by Elmore. This is 1975. This is a beautiful piece out of Stockton, California. As we could see here, you can find these things every once in a while at an estate sale, and these used to be able to find at Goodwills maybe like 10 years ago, but people are pretty savvy now about finding this kind of stuff, especially anything that says sterling. People are going to pull it. A lot of people know about that now. 10 years ago, you can probably try to find this stuff at Goodwills, but even then, sometimes it's a battle. And there's a bunch of silver plate too, and silver plate usually has this very rainbowy tarnish to it, and I can't describe it, but it's not for sure. But whenever I see this particular color tarnish on something, I can usually tell if it's silver plated by just looking at it. Anyways, this sold for a total of $328.11. Like I said, I wonder if there was the weight posted on this thing here. There was no weight posted, but Paul is pretty good at checking the weight versus the price of silver. And that's another thing too, is the price of silver and gold fluctuates every day, so just be aware of that kind of stuff. If you're ever selling gold or silver, make sure that you understand the price of the weight before you list it, so you don't get undercut, because you might price it maybe $100 lower than just the actual weight of the precious metals, are themselves. So definitely check that out. There's lots of Google places that you can Google for the price of silver and the price of gold. They're called gold calculators or silver calculators. I have them bookmarked on my desktop. So like I said, you can definitely check that out. Number 3, we're getting to the top 3 here. And just let me double check to make sure that my audio is okay and we're okay. Number 3 is a Zero Halliburton 20-inch duffel bag. I've never heard of this brand before, so this might be something new to some people. This is a very high-end kind of sports, not sports, it's like a travel bag for men, and it's called Zero Halliburton. It is a very interesting company, and that's what the kind of logo looks like. It comes in its own little dust bag. I thought was pretty funny. And so there's that. And like I said, these are very high end. Look out for that company, especially if you can find these brand new. Used, you're probably going to have a little bit of a hard time selling these unless you find these at the bins or you get them for super cheap. People that buy this stuff usually want the brand new stuff, though even the brand new stuff is hard to sell too. I think these bags retail for like $600 or something ridiculous or something like that, more than that. And so we did take this actually sold for $299, but with shipping and all that, it came out to $339. So look out for this Zero Halliburton duffel bag. And they do all kinds of like I said, travel bags and suitcases and things like that. So this is a bolo. Put it on your bolo list if you have a bolo list. Zero Halliburton. We're getting to the top 2. Number 2, Valka Mania. This is another great lot. I've been saving this jewelry for like 8 months. No kidding. What we do in the shop is when we get jewelry, we'll put it out on the floor. And if it doesn't sell over a certain amount of time, they'll put them in these bags. And before, they used to actually get recycled and redonated. And so I just told them that, just to let me save these. And after 8 months, I collected about 93 pounds of this stuff. Now, it's not all perfect. 40%, I guess, is broken stuff and just odds and ends and very weird pieces. So about 60% of this stuff is old stock from the stores or from our store locally. And the rest is stuff that is just like kind of missing an earring or broken or something like that. But this is an amazing collection for someone who wants to resell. There was a lot of great pieces in here for sure, and I think a lot of people that saw this lot kind of were questioning it, whether or not it was going to be any good. And the lady that actually bought this messaged me back and was just like, this is a fantastic lock, thank you, this was so fun to go through. 93 pounds of jewelry is a lot of jewelry, let me tell you. In shipping this, I took very good care in shipping these. I'd put like layers of towels in between the bags so that the sheer weight of this thing wasn't crushing. As a matter of fact, we actually broke this into 2 boxes, so about 50-pound boxes a piece. I think they were like under 50 when I split them up. I was like 40 something, 40 and some change on each one of these things. But definitely, look out for the next time I'm going to do one of these for sure. So the moment you all been waiting for, number 1 is this sterling silver flatware. This is Gorham Service for 48 pieces. Came in this nice box, and once again, sterling silver sells. Right now, the silver market's kind of low. People will buy this though. I mean, people will buy it. This set probably would have went for a lot more if it was sold about 8 years ago, when the price of silver was skyrocketing. Now it's back to like, I want to say it's like $16 an ounce or something like that. I think it might be lower than that. But anyways, if you want to know, just look on the bottom. Usually sterling will say sterling. Silver plate, you got to watch out for. Silver plate, flatware is really not worth a lot. You really want to look for the sterling. Obviously, that's solid sterling. This sold for $464.94. We did take a best offer for this. I want to say I had this as high as $1,200 when we first listed this, and like I said, there was people watching it, but no offers or anything. And then we got a really good offer come in, and so I definitely took that offer for sure. This is a great offer, and as like I said, keep an eye out for this. Usually people in estate sales and garage sales and stuff, they'll know their kind of stuff when you see this, but every once in a while these kind of things will slip through an estate sale. Not usually an estate sale, because estate sale people pretty much, a lot of those people know their stuff, but every once in a while you'll go to a garage sale that has, not something like this that's perfectly packed, but you might find a fork or two in a pile of like spoons, or like in just a pile of other kitchen utensils. So definitely keep an eye out for this kind of stuff, for sure. Once again, I'm Chris, Thrift Shop Hustler. If you're new to the channel, definitely go down and click the subscribe button. We want to thank all the new Patreons this week. If you want to check out my Patreon, the link is going to be below. We do a lot of exclusive videos. Well, not a lot. We just started the Patreon last month, but there's some exclusive content there. So if you're looking for a little bit more to get out of the knowledge that I have, definitely go and check out the links for that Patreon down below. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Definitely love reading your comments. And even if you just want to say hi, it helps out the algorithm. So, if you don't want to join the Patreon, the best thing you can do to help the channel here on YouTube is just basically comment on any of my videos and click the like button and stuff like that. If you enjoy the video, though, that's the main thing. Once again, I'm Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. We'll see you next time. Take care.